things that will keep you from making a good living as a CDL truck driver. Hey everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Wadney. If this is your first time here, welcome to the community. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell for anytime I post a new video. Some obstacles that will keep you from moving forward financially in the trucking business. What are those? We have bad companies. Bad companies are the companies that have poor management. Hopefully, you don't get yourself into a bad company, because sometimes it's inevitable. You could just choose to work with a company, and then it turns out that you realize that in the middle of the of your journey, you realize that these people are not fully aware of what they're doing, and you have to start the process all over again. Looking for another company and start the same process. That way, you waste your time, you waste your energy, and you waste money as well. So bad companies sometimes are unavailable, but make sure you do your due diligence. That will help you prevent from getting yourself into a bad company. Okay. The second thing is drivers that those drivers that who loves to argue with the dispatchers. So most of the time, we think as drivers, we think the dispatchers are enemy, but the reality is they not. Okay. One thing like for sure is, if the dispatch, I'm not taking any side. I'm just telling you exactly how I see it and how I feel it. Because the truth is, you're not gonna be able to know exactly if the dispatch. I mean, there's a way. I think there's a way you can know for sure if the dispatch is taking money from you. If the dispatcher is working for a company, if it's under like a company or authority. But if the dispatcher is working, if it's an independent dispatcher, okay, because us as drivers, we always like think like think that the dispatchers will be taking money from us. Let's say, for example, the dispatcher is like an independent dispatcher. For example, I am a hatchet driver. Uh, there's still way you can identify the dispatchers taking money from you, from the Wacom. Because the dispatcher, if it's an independent dispatch, it can still send you a copy of the Wacom directly it gets from the broker. So all of that, there's way you can get proof that the dispatcher are not taking money, is not taking money from you. So don't be really thinking that the dispatchers are here as your enemy, because the more money the dispatcher can get from the broker, the better it will get for him, because the higher the percentage you can get from that paycheck. So the dispatchers are here to to help us make money. The same way, is the other way around. So I don't really, I won't really, advise you to go out there and start, arguing with the dispatcher. Let's say, for example, you being that type of driver, and most of the time when they have the good load, they're gonna give it to the other driver. Okay, to the other driver who's more kind, who's more understandable, who's more behaving more like in a professional way. So you don't wanna be put yourself in a situation where people don't want to work with you. That will keep you from making good money. So don't be like that. And we have the third thing is bad advice. Sometimes friends, they just like tell you what they experiencing. Let's say, for example, you have some friends like they driving for a certain company, and you think because of the way they treating them, you'll be getting the same treatment once you get in that company as well. But it turns out that it's way the opposite thing. The reason why is because sometimes you don't really do your due diligence. You just like listen to what your friends are saying. Uh, Even though they give you, it seems to be good advice, but most of the times they not. That's why you have to make sure you do your own research before you get into a company. So bad advice could get you in trouble, make bad decision, and get you into a situation where you end up spending money instead of getting a revenue or making some money instead. So avoid bad advice. Do your own research. Ask your own question instead of just relying on what people telling you, so you could make decision. All right. And the fourth thing is bad decisions. Talking about bad decisions. So let's say, for example, in this market we're in right now, right? And then you go and you get a truck. You go out there and then you get a loan. You buy a truck. The thing is, the way the inflation is, the economy right now, truck drivers are suffering a lot. You have to be fully aware of the market you're getting into, because it will be hard for you to pay off that truck. So if you have your own fund, you have your own money saved somewhere, even if I had the full amount of the money to pay the truck off with cash or whatever, I would still not. I wouldn't do it. This is me, so this is the way because of the way I see the market right now. But because I'm observing the whole economy, and then I don't really see an opportunity for me to do that big of investment. So I don't really see the way I'm gonna get, my return, from that investment. So that's why you need to be fully aware of the type of market you're getting into. So I wouldn't go out there and get myself a truck and then take a loan and then start doing down payments, because I know, like, loads are being paying cheap right now. Okay, they're paying really really low weight to move any type of freight right now. So I would be struggling to pay that truck off. So I wouldn't get myself into a loan right now, and we're probably gonna get into a recession. So who knows, like, how the industry will be for trucking, for truck drivers. So I wouldn't get myself into that situation. So this is like part of, like, for me, this I categorize, like, this has, part of a bad decision. For some people they would say otherwise, they would see it, like, the other way around. But for me, buying a truck right now in 2023, it's part I categorize it as part of, bad decision. Speaking of bad decision, you probably gonna get yourself into some bad equipments as well. This is the fifth thing to conclude with this subject. Uh, avoid bad equipments. Okay, uh, bad equipments. Like, buying a truck. If you don't know exactly what to look for if you're buying a truck, hire, like, you could just hire a mechanic who knows exactly what to look for before you do that investment, because it's gonna be a big investment. 80,000, 100,000, $200,000 is a big investment, so you have to make sure you do it right. So avoid getting yourself into a situation where you end up paying off for bad equipment, and then after you're done you cannot even get your original money back, from that investment. So those type of things, if you can avoid those, avoid arguing with dispatch. Don't get yourself into some bad deal. Don't be signing off, papers you don't really understand. I mean, a lot of us went to that as truck drivers, because they'd be throwing a lot of papers at us, and most of the time we don't really have enough time to with them. But yeah, the obvious things sometimes that will help us. Don't be listen to what your friends are telling you as advice and then just jump into conclusion that you'll be making money with that company. Sometimes those companies are scamming people. They're scamming drivers. So you have to think of those. If you can avoid them, those are basics, and they happen on a daily basis. Like in the trucking industry, they happen to a lot of drivers. So if you can avoid those, you have a higher chance on keep on making a good income in the trucking industry. So I just told those five things that you guys. I know there's more than that. Okay. I know for those of you who already have, like, little ideas. Oh, yeah, there's that too. You can drop it in the comment section to help the community. Okay, I just drop those five, but there's more things that you could avoid, and you have to, in order for you to not getting yourself in trouble and keep on moving into that financial freedom, right? So this is why we're doing it, to be financially free one day, so you don't have to work as hard as we're doing it right now. So that's it for this video, and if you had anything to add, don't forget to drop it in the comment section below. And yeah, that's it for today, and I will see you guys on the next one.